We got another summer check-in with forward Brett Seney, who's back for 2 years with the IceHogs. That's really the lead story here, Brett. It's obviously great to see you, man, but congrats on the deal. That's awesome. You lock up for 2 years and back at Rockford. How exciting is that?
Yeah, no, great to see you too, Dana. Yeah, obviously, myself along with my wife and our dog are really excited to be back in Rockford, and easy decision for us. We're pretty vocal about how much we love Rockford and playing there and living there. So, yeah, it was definitely something that we're really excited about.
Is it special to be able to have, build some roots and also have a tenure in one place? Not a lot of pro athletes are just depending on how their paths go, maybe get to spend more than a season or two in one spot. And this will be years 4 and 5 for you with the Ice Hogs.
Yeah, it's definitely it'll be the longest I've spent in one spot in my career. So yeah, it's just one of those things. I think there's just so much turnover in hockey, especially in the AHL. It can be difficult at times, just getting to know different guys you become close with, you're with for 8, 9 months of the year, and you see them every day. So it's kind of the unfortunate part about, playing, and you make such great connections with not just players, but with staff and coach and management. Um, it's definitely special to be able to be in especially a place like Rockford for up to 5 years. It's I don't take it for granted, and I'm super grateful and blessed to have the opportunity. And yeah, like I said, it was an easy choice.
Yeah.
It's such a great town. The fans are phenomenal. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
You get Kevin Fitzgerald back for 2 more years as well. Another guy that's played in a few different places, and I think it speaks volumes that both of you guys at this stage is, want to settle in here for a couple of years. How exciting is it to be back with a guy like that, but also know the like you were saying the core and the staff here that has been around for your tenure.
Yeah, obviously I played against Fitzy a couple of
Yeah,
times in years past, and playing with him last year was definitely better to be on that side of things. So no, he's a phenomenal guy. Along with Jackson Case too. I've played a few years with
mm,
him and gotten pretty close with him. So yeah, it definitely adds to it when you're signing somewhere that you know guys are back that you've played with before and you've grown close with, and along with a lot of the younger guys that'll be back as well. I'm sure they're going to be you know trying to make the Hawks, so maybe they're not thinking about Rockford too much. But no, it's great that having those two guys back. Lets uh lets the kind of transition to the season easier
sure.
when there's a good group of guys that are comfortable and kind of know how the way things go.
And what's the summer been like for you? How are you balancing training, skating? I know that, you for that tail end of the season, you were working your way off an injury and obviously got to get back in for some regular season games, some playoffs. Has that impacted things on the ice? How are you building out the your schedule for the summer?
Yeah, early on after the season, as I've kind of gotten older, I've learned that my body needs a little break after the year to kind of let things heal. And like you said, had a little injury at the end there. So just a lot of rehab, a lot of just kind of small movement work, and
Mm.
just kind of letting the body reset and get back to a good spot before the heavy lifting and skating starts again. But yeah, I get pretty I don't like being kind of
Yeah.
off the ice too long. So yeah, it was about 2, 3 weeks until I kind of got back into my summer routine.
And do you get to, step away from the game too? Are you hitting balls? Are you hanging around with friends, family? How do you get to take advantage of this 3, 4 month span where, you're not out here in Rockford and you get to be a little closer to home?
Yeah, right after the year, I stayed in Rockford for about 2, 3 weeks, and yeah, I was pretty common to see me at Aldine there and Prairie View. Myself along with some other guys definitely took advantage of the time off to get out and swing the club. So probably the biggest hobby I have outside of hockey would be golf. So anytime I'm not at the rink or in the gym, I find myself in the course with and that includes whatever trips I go on usually revolve around golf. So yeah, it keeps my mind off hockey in the summer and it's still a way to get out and kind of get the body feeling good. And it's always nice to be outside.
That's awesome. Well, it's been a busy summer when I talk about transactions. Obviously, had the draft a couple of weeks ago and some really exciting stuff for the Hawks, and also two new coaches. When we announced Jared Nightingale as the new head coach of the Rockford IceHogs, I had probably 15 texts from random people at different stops I've had over the last few years that crossed paths with Nighty and just said, "You are going to love this guy." And that's certainly been the quick reception. You know him from being coached by him here with the Ice Hogs. How fired up were you when you got that news that this is going to be your new guy behind the bench?
Yeah, like you said, I had Nighty before as a coach, and yeah, he's a phenomenal person. Hockey aside, he's so approachable. He's kind of a guy's guy, He's I spoke to him a couple of days ago, just catching up and kind of getting on the same page before next year, and yeah, he's just a very likable person. He's easy to kind of, talk to about anything. Doesn't have to be hockey. And he finds a really good balance at, um, keeping it loose with guys, making sure guys are, feeling good, feeling comfortable. But then also at the same time, he's good at dialing it in and making sure that when we are on the ice or at the rink, we're all enjoying ourselves. But when it's time to kind of focus and get ready to go, he's really good at kind of flipping that switch and making sure guys know that when we're on the ice it's time to go to work
Yeah,
and then as long as we get the job done then we can enjoy ourselves after.
it's a good balance to have. We were really excited, obviously, with the schedule release here in July. Is that something that you pay attention to this early on? Obviously, the trips to Hershey, San Diego, Colorado. I'm sure that sparks your interest just as teams that you don't get to see every season. But are you circling the 3-3s and the overnights to Iowa too, or do you deal with that in September and October?
Yeah, I know I saw it come out the other day and yeah, I think it's a little early, maybe. I would say kind of getting later in August and early in September, kind of as Blackhawks training camp gets closer, you start paying a little more attention to that stuff.
Yeah,
Um, that's me personally. Some guys may be different. But yeah, I did notice our front end of our schedule is pretty busy with some 3-3. So, I mean, me personally, if you're going to have them, it's probably better early in the year when the
yeah,
legs are fresh and you know I kind of like getting into a busy schedule early in the year. Just kind of, I feel like last year we had, not as many games in October, and
it's a little slow to start. Yeah,
yeah, I kind of like that. We get off to a hot start, and uh, it'll be a big focus, I'm sure, during camp to make sure we're ready to go off the first game. It's a great opportunity if we can get off to a good start. It makes the next couple of months a lot easier.
yeah. Nothing says welcome to end of October like an 11 a.m. at Rosemont. So
Yeah,
can't wait for
exactly.
that. I wanted to ask you, coming off your first year as captain of the Ice Hogs, is there something that you do during the off season or throughout the summer other than checking in on guys, which I'm sure everyone does just with what a tight knit group you had? But is that something that you keep in your head too to make sure that you're just reaching out to guys or making sure that you're approachable as a full time captain and not just for the eighth, ninth month of the season?
Yeah, it's still a learning process for me. I try to give guys time away from the game. New signings and stuff like that. Like I said, as we kind of get later in July and August, I'll probably give those guys a call just so they're, any questions they have, their families have. I'll give them, if they have wives or girlfriends, I'll give them Andrew's number. Just not necessarily hockey stuff, more just making sure guys kind of know what to expect and come to the rink comfortable and come to camp comfortable, just so we can just kind of focus on hockey. I think that's kind of the biggest thing. And captains I've had when I was kind of going through it when I was younger. Um, that was a big thing for me is just, especially guys coming to a new organization, uh, maybe don't know where to go or,
Mhm.
places to start looking to live. Just small things like that. It can just small things like that go a long way uh, for guys. So yeah, I like to give guys a little time away. I'm sure guys have a busy summer too. But as we get into August, I'll definitely be checking in, and especially with the new guys to make sure they know where to go and they're as excited as we are.
Yeah, you can show them all the good courses around here. Looking
Yeah, for
forward to it.
sure. Yeah.
Well, this has been great, man. Thanks so much for grabbing a few minutes with us. And like I said, we'll see you here in just a short while, and we're really excited to get the season going again.
Yeah, awesome, Dan. It's my pleasure. Great talking to you.